Guten Tag, mes amis, wie geht's? C'est moi, Dieter, ich bin Dieter, ça va? Mes amis, what a strange world we live in. I had to mention this because it was just, this is so unbelievable that it has to be true. So the other day, I was going for a walk with my dog, and there was this woman in a Lexus, big SUV, going the wrong way down a one-way street. Now, Hamilton, if you know Hamilton, downtown is full of one-way streets. They're everywhere. So I just wanted her to avoid an accident, and I got closer, and then her window was rolled down and said, "Hey, lady," I said it politely, "Hey, lady, you know you're going the wrong way down a one-way street." And she was drop dead gorgeous. She was beautiful. She was a 10 out of 10. Anyway, well, what's why I mentioned this is funny is because there's this toothless guy, and he has one of those handicapped, we call them Mobies here, you know, those scooters that you, and the guy's a real asshole. He's toothless, and I don't even think he's handicapped because I've seen him walking around perfectly normal. And he's kind of skinny, but he rides around on this thing, and he rides on the sidewalks, and he rides the wrong way in the middle of the street, and he yells and screams at everybody. Anyway, he's a real asshole. So he sees how pretty this woman is, and then he's, "Oh, Mr. Kindness." So all I said to this woman was, you should turn around and go back. And I said it politely, and then she goes, she goes, "What's a one-way street?" I said, "Really? You're joking." I said, "How did you get a driver's license if you don't know what a one-way street is? And do you know how to make a three-point turn?" So she doesn't make a three-point turn. She's got this big, huge Lexus SUV, and she looks pissed off. And then she does a U-turn and almost runs over my foot. And I go, "What?" I just throw my hands up in the air. And then this toothless guy starts yelling at me, "Oh yeah, guy, you're perfect. Like, you never make mistakes." And I just thought to myself, I'm chuckling to myself, well, asshole, I know who you are. I didn't say anything to him, but if it was a fat, ugly woman or anybody else, a normal person, he'd be yelling and screaming and probably throwing stones at her. Anyway, I guess if you're pretty enough, rules don't apply. And I guess if you're pretty enough, you can get a driver's license without knowing how to parallel park, how to do a three-point turn, or how to read one-way street signs. Wow. And speaking of which, I was walking today, and I was in a crosswalk, and Main Street in Hamilton is very busy. And I was halfway across the crosswalk, and I had a walk sign when I started, and halfway through it started flashing. Now what that flashing sign means for pedestrians who are on the other side of the crosswalk not to cross because the light is going to change. But it also means if you're already in the crosswalk to finish crossing. So this guy in a big Mercedes SUV, and he's an older guy, it's usually a younger person, but this guy, he had white hair and a beard. He squeals right in front of me and almost hits me. And then he starts yelling at me, "You had a flashing sign." I go, "Yeah, do you know what a flashing sign means? It means I still have the right of way." I don't know what it is, but it seems like, especially since COVID, everyone's turned into some smug type of asshole that even when they're totally 100% in the wrong, they think they're right. I guess I must be invisible, because the other day I was going to the corner store, and I opened the door, and this young lady just walked right through me. Like I opened the door for her, which I didn't. And I said, "Excuse me, you just walked right through me." She says, "I didn't even see you." Well, obviously you didn't even see me, because I guess at 215 pounds and 6'1", I am an invisible man. It's gotten to the point, mes amis, where I don't get upset about this anymore. I just take it as a matter of fact. So, I have to watch both ways when I cross a one-way street. Even when I have a walk sign, I make sure there's no cars coming. This car that turned into me, he was quite a ways down the road. So I'm guessing he was going probably 80 kilometers an hour in a 50-kilometer zone. Anyway, what are you going to do? You can't even go for a fucking walk without taking your life in your own hands. And remember, if you're pretty enough, rules don't apply. If you're entitled enough, rules don't apply. And I wonder if it's a coincidence, but it seems that most of these people that seem to think they own the road have cars that are over $80,000. I wonder if that's a thing. Is that a thing? If you got more than a car that's Newer and worth more than 80 grand. Does that make you king of the road? Dieter's just wondering. Haben Sie einen guten Tag, mes amis, and keep plucking.